Does it happen with you that when something comes your way and you have to either say yes or a no to it, and even though you want to say no, but you are obligated to say yes, and then you are irritated with yourself? And if you put your foot down and happen to say no, then later you start thinking otherwise, that you should have said yes. Story of our lives, isn't it? Hi, what's up? Welcome back, people. I'm Abhishek and I have a problem saying no. Many times when from the inside I'm screaming a big loud no, but I end up blurting out a yes. It's funny. Nowadays, especially when we are exposed to so many options everywhere, be it watching a movie on Netflix or ordering food from Zomato or even choosing the next step in our career, there are plenty of options. Of course, in this video, I won't help you choose food or any movie, and I'm not teaching you to say no to any favors that anyone is asking of you. This video is not so lame. I'm going to focus on your career and your next step to being successful. And to be successful, to have the most fulfilling career, you've got to learn to say no. Okay, so let's begin. This video will tell you three main things: why to say no, how to say no, and to what we should say no. As always, time codes are also mentioned in the description, so you can skip to whichever section you want. Alright, first, why to say no. Sometimes being a person who says yes to everything can be a great way to learn, grow, collaborate, or get more opportunities. But always saying yes to everything will leave you exhausted and stressed without any free time in hand. No time for yourself. That's horrible. And you may even start to wonder why you're always busy and not productive. Not the same thing. The 89-year-old billionaire Warren Buffett has made a very solid point on this issue. He says the difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Can you believe that? I've been reading a lot about many successful people in society, and two most common qualities that come out of their lives is that number one, they are all brilliant at decision making, and number two, they are all excellent at time management. So in order to be successful, it's quite safe to say that it's not always about what you do. Rather, it's mostly about what you don't do. Have a look at what Steve Jobs said at an Apple event in 1997.
When you think about focusing, right? You think, well, focusing is saying yes. No. Focusing is about saying no. Focusing is about saying no. And you've got to say no, no, no. And when you say no, you piss off people. And the result of that focus is going to be some really great products where the total is much greater than the sum of the parts.
So if you ever think that you're learning more, doing so much more, but still accomplishing less, it's not that you lack focus. You lack the ability to say no. See, here's the thing. Focusing is not about saying yes to the thing that's right. Rather, focusing is about saying no to the thing that is not. Just like Steve Jobs, you have to be as proud of the things that you haven't done as much as you are of the things you have. What I've realized is that even though you choose to say no to something and there may be a short-term loss or you may miss out on something crucial, more than anything, you save your time and energy. And it's actually this time and energy of yours which are your biggest assets for growth. Only if you know them, how to use them in the right way.
Money has no utility to me. Time has utility to me, but money in terms of making trips or owning more houses or having a boat or something, it has no utility to me.
Let me just say this out loud. Time for yourself is important. Peace of mind is important. Sitting by your window, looking out and thinking to yourself is important. The main reason for having free time to yourself is to actually break free from this constant production mode, constantly generating output and being efficient in your work, to rather developing insight and being effective. Efficiency versus effectiveness. What do you prefer? You need time to think, to learn, to acquire more skills and develop this keen insight about things. And then with your saved energy, you make the right decision, prioritize and take the right action at the right time. And there it is. Saying no originally has now become a reason for your growth.
We do get approached occasionally. I should say we get approached when somebody has a takeover bid and they say, would you like to top it or something? To which our answer invariably is no. Charlie?
Well, we're very good at saying no.
By the way, taking time off YouTube was actually me saying a loud no to social media. And focus better. In return, I've been able to gain more clients for my production house, build new showreel, plan my course of action for 2021, and just in general, think, refresh, get a grip on my thoughts, my life, my career. Second part, how to say no. Guys, we are all grown-ups. We all somewhere know how to say no. Real question is how not to feel guilty or start thinking otherwise once you've said no. That's why it's important to clearly understand your boundaries. Actually, boundaries is not the right way. I should say understand your roots. And what are these roots of yours? Well, I've got 3 words for you. Personal mission statement. Just like every company has a mission statement for its business and what does it do in the market, you need one too for your career and what you choose to do in your career. And once you're clear about these roots of yours, then every decision will become easier to make. Every action will become easier to take. So every time you face a choice between 2 options, let your mission statement decide. Guys, a pro tip for you to remember. First comes your mission statement. Next comes your goals, long term or short term. Then last comes your schedule. If you notice, at times we tend to go the other way around. Have a schedule in place, basis which we achieve whatever goals we can. And then whatever we achieve, we define our career by that. That's like you're going the reverse way. I say first you define what you want your career to be. First have your mission statement clear. Then you set your long-term and short-term goals which will help you fulfill that mission statement. And then finally take a day at a time, fix your schedule. This way you will be able to get to your dreams. And then finally, third part, what exactly to say no to. Not just mindlessly saying no to things, but creating your own mission statement. And then seeing if something doesn't add to it or fit into its context, then it's not for you. By the way, this personal mission statement of your career doesn't necessarily have to directly suggest what you do. For example, a writer need not say my mission statement is to write great stories. That's boring. It has to be much more than that. Something you aspire to achieve. Or the positive change you wish to bring by doing what you do. Something of value. Look at what Apple's original mission statement was when Steve Jobs started the company. To make a contribution to the world by making tools for the mind that advance humankind. Whoa! That's something you want to wake up in the morning for, isn't it? Guys, even when I started my career in filmmaking, my mission statement was not just to make great films or show my work to everyone. Rather, it was simply to become an inspiration. That was my personal mission statement. However cheesy or preachy it may sound, but it's true. That was my starting point. So at that point of my career, what I needed the most was to do more, learn more, and in the process earn more. So yeah, these were my goals. Getting more and more experience, learning every aspect of filmmaking, and of course to make enough money to make myself self-sufficient. Not the borderline survival kind of income, but enough to do what I want. Because I was pretty clear about my statement and my goals, I started fixing my daily action plan, my schedule. Worked with production houses as third AD, second AD, DA, assisting people, all kinds of people. But working in other production houses, I thought neither am I doing more with my creativity, nor am I learning more about filmmaking. And definitely not making enough money. And so I switched. I stopped working there. Said no to a job that was offered to me by a reputed production house. Definitely lost something of value in the short run, but now in the long run, I'm glad I did. And now this new phase, this post-pandemic phase, my goal is to make my mark, do something valuable. That's why I'm saying no to options that are not fitting in this way forward. Guys, the point I'm trying to make is that you need to be very clear about your personal mission statement for your career. Set your goals accordingly and then devise your schedule. This way you'll easily know what to say no to. Here are some cool mission statements of some popular people. So Richard Branson: to have fun in my journey through life and learn from my mistakes. That's so cool. Elon Musk: if something is important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. Wow. Oprah: to be a teacher and to be known for inspiring my students to be more than they thought they could be. How wonderful. Maybe I should make another video about how to write your own personal mission statement for career. I think even if 10 people can comment on this video saying yes, I'll go for it. Otherwise, it's okay guys. You don't have to say yes. Just tell me how you found this video. Did it help? I hope so. All the best then. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Ta-da.
Any word of advice you give to somebody who's a young investor who would like to emulate you, what you would recommend that they do to kind of build something close to what you've done?
I think you should look for the job that you would want to hold if you didn't need a job. I mean, you don't want to go sleepwalking through life, and you really, whether you make X or 120% of X, it really isn't remotely as important as to whether, in most cases, you marry the right person and you also find something that you would do if you didn't need the money.